Then we bring the furniture that will suit that
Okay.
design.
So essentially
We are cutting it from this portion.
about almost 2 feet,
2 feet.
and then do L all the way.
Yes.
So,
Then we take off this.
and then this side comes down, which will eliminate almost all of this, if not all.
Yes. Almost all. We won't take all this off.
Okay.
We take all this off.
Okay.
We take this off.
So that probably gives us a solution for this place.
So for this place. So we still have the wall protected and also have our space.
Okay. This doesn't have to go. If anything is going away from the socket, is good for me. But that place, like I've been thinking about it all weekend.
This one is not a problem at all because what we need to do here is to elevate the floor.
Yeah,
it's
but
not like touching the structure.
Okay. Yeah.
Part of it. This is the only problem, and this side here can easily give us the final solution to that. But this one, what that we need to do is to fill. This is filling.
Yeah, but
not,
if we do, that means the socket boxes need to come up.
Correct. We might even lose the wiring on that portion because bringing it up, we can't join it. We just have to extend it to give us the dimension that we need. Because this have to. But for me, we can keep them on this level. This is the bedroom.
Yeah.
We can keep them on this level.
So if we do, does that mean that maybe having a step is not too bad after all? Just no step at all.
No step.
Okay.
Just take this level.
Okay.
If there will be step, it will be somewhere here. And for this one, we can take it further. Because when we look at this, even with what we're seeing here, this portion is high, which is wrong. This is 2 feet here. And this is what we're having. So this one here.
To our level.
Why we drop this side and we keep that on that level. So bringing this to this level, we only reinforce this.
Right.
We open it up to this level, open it up, then we create that is it.
A new lintel. Okay, so expose it to the other side, and then create a lintel so that it holds it.
So we can keep this one as it is.
Okay.
So it's going to be here now.
Okay, so that will be that level, and then whatever tile comes on it, it's still like almost close to the floor, but okay. Yeah, but really, if you think about it, this one is what I was most worried about, right? Because that place, you probably end up. That's where the console will end up being.
Yes, it's broken that window. I pay something there.
Oh, this work. Oh, that will break it though.
Let me just get it.
So that's the filling line. Yeah, and I think if we can get the reference point from there and there, then whatever it is, we take over here. So that means that
even
this floor will be hacked, right?
Because of this cable is still enough. We can go
A little higher
so
if we need to.
The tiles skirting can have
Room. Oh, you know what? I didn't even think about this curtain.
skirting will be here. But for this side, I don't think we will have problem here. But all the same, let me see.
Oh my goodness.
can still go further. Depend on the source of this. If we have excess of this one on the other side,
Yeah, you want to pull it a little bit.
that is just like 4 inches. So it won't be a problem. It won't be a problem. This is good. We maintain this, but this have to be solved because this is dangerous.
Right, yeah.
Opening this
And then stepping down.
we have to get
Right. Your teeth.
this is only teeth without even broken your hands. Unfortunately, you can get artificial.
Yeah,
You'll
true.
not be able to treat meat.
True. Yep.
So I think
You put the meat in the blender.
Yes.
So yeah, that's at least you say you get dentures.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, you see one of the reasons why I'm not happy my tile situation, the shipment got what it did, but in a way, I'm also happy that they are not here because it would have been a distraction.
Yes.
Oh, I've seen my tiles. Let's do something with it.
Yes.
But now it's forcing me to calm down,
Yeah.
see what we can fix. Because I was telling myself, when I saw these problems before I came, and I said, oh, I'm going to start from the top anyway and come down. But then, now that I'm here and I can actually take a step back and think, it makes more sense to try to fix these things first. Because imagine if we are hacking and they've already laid the tiles upstairs. Even the vibration alone will let them lift up.
Yes.
It's always good to finish all the civil work before the finish.
The finishing.
Yes. And that is the same method we apply for the landscape. So we have to see the surface of everything.
Everything.
So when you are doing the finishing, you are just moving.
Right. The problem with some of our builders is they've never done it before. And when I hear that thing, I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm like, okay, so like if we all said yes to the old way of building, then we all will be living in mud houses still.
Yeah.
We have to innovate and move forward. Just because you've never done it before doesn't mean you should not learn it.
There is a project we did. Even the client rejected the idea. And not her alone. When the idea was being proposed to her, she was like, fine. But after discussing it with some people, they came to decide when we were doing the foundation. We are talking about 12 people. They are like, no, we have to cut. And the people forgot to notice that there is a wood on the side. I was like, no problem. The client was like, I trust this man. He has done some project that I've seen before. They were like, I said, she should just do them for me. It's just by asking them questions. And they are all just funny. Just take back. Like, it's true. How? If you cut and you start your building, your roofing will be level with the wood at the end of the day.
Okay, yeah.
What happens if you should experience what we're experiencing today with flood? And we're able to get it done. The car park is also being elevated like what we did. And under the car park, we have storage tank there. That is where we even put the generator and we have the
And hiding it.
That's serves as a reservoir for all the waters in the house. We connect all the rainwater to that.
Into that one.
Tank for the plants and all that. And underneath we have kitchen and 2 bedrooms and a storeroom.
Wow.
So, but when you get to the car park, you will think, even the car park, the way that car park is being located, when you stand on the grid that we did, you have different feeling because you see all your neighbors
Underneath you. You are the Odogu.
You see, so it is just like that.
Yeah.
So it depends on the exposure and how people are able to invest in themselves.
Yeah.
We have people who are just doing it for business. We have people who love it.
Yeah.
Who their dream from kindergarten is I just want to be a builder. I want to be a builder. So the idea will be different.
Right.
Not like they are not doing their best. But
Well, they're doing their best as they know.
yes.
Right.
It's
And
not
from
enough to-
for me, that is where I don't mind if your limit is this, because that's all you know. My problem is when you try to open someone's eye to something new and they are closed off.
That's a problem.
You know what I mean? Like, if I'm lucky, I might build another building. But for most people, we only build one. So if you have a builder or a house owner who is coming with these innovative ideas that if you pick, you might be able to use on the next building, and get paid for it as you go. Why would you close off for something like that? And I like, for me, it makes no sense. When I talk to people that we do stuff for, and they say, oh, I had this problem, and I was thinking about doing it this way, I put some of those in my back pocket, right?
Yeah.
Not because maybe I'll build tomorrow, but because I might talk to somebody else who might have the same problem.
Yeah.
So I talked to somebody who had the same problem, and we're just sharing knowledge.
That is it.
At the end of the day, if I have a problem, and I tell people this all the time, people are like, oh, you're bold. And it's like, you tell about your flaws. What do I get from hiding it? I'm not, and they're like, oh, you like, for me, and I told Francis the other day, when I came last time, we had problems with the windows. I've come this time, we have problems with something else. When are the problems going to stop? Because you cannot say, oh, I'm learning, but you're always going back. For me, someone will say, oh, they cheated you with your money. But what about you? It's your profession.
Yes.
Are you going to keep doing that for the rest of your life? Because if I go into my space, like you're saying, if we accepted this as norm and someone fell, that's a curse on the person who built the house. Some might fall on me because I allowed it, but most of it will go on you who took money from me. Because for most people who are building, like, some of us are blessed.
Yes.
We have the capacity to be able to, or the capability even, to be able to travel. People have capacity, but they don't have the capability.
Yes.
They cannot leave. When they leave, they cannot go back.
Yes.
So if someone who is working hard to put their money, their sacrifice into a project that one day they can come home to and be happy, and they come and see something, it's like, you know what I mean? And I see stories like that all the time. Like, someone is retiring, give one of my juniors a camera. Oh, I know you are going to this place. When you go, call my nephew. Go see the land, see what they're doing for me. He bought a camera just for that. Take video, take pictures. The guy came and did what he was told to do. When he went back, the guy is almost about retirement age. The man got a stroke because of what his own nephew did. And people are just like, we are so wicked.
It is very true. People don't know the extent of what they do sometimes, and it's not based on the way they think. Because for me, my duty is not just to take the job; it's to also advise you and to propose to you what can make your life easy when you move in.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go out there, work very hard to earn, and get into the house and be working hard in when they are not going to be paid.
Right. When you don't even have the energy at that point.
And you should be able to be happy with whatever you see around you before you go to bed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You stepping out to, you should be able to see things that you feel good with before you step out of your house.
Right.
Because it does a lot in your life.
Right.
People don't see building to be like that.
Yeah. It's tough.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
continue to do our best to bring other people on board, because most of the guys that work with people like this, they are doing wonderful things out there based on how they being trained on how to get this thing done. We don't reject the idea from the client, because there are places that the client might have been to that.
And seen innovation, exactly.
So once the idea comes, then you process it and you research it. That is what we do.
That is it.
Before you discover a problem, you don't just find solution at that
You
moment.
research.
Ponder on it. Yeah.
And bring out a solution.
That is.
Yeah.
And sometimes you need the feedback from your client to be able to develop yourself.
Yeah.
You need the feedback.
Yeah.
They will tell you, the last time my first house, this and that, then you begin to think of how to solve it. But the client told me, look into my face and said, George, you know that my friend, who happened to be my childhood friend, who designed the house for me, brought me 3 contractors. When they come for measurement, he just okay, we will come back. So he doesn't say, he doesn't know what is happening. And the last time when the wife came to the side, she walked around, she was like, wow, is it that God really wants us to meet with the right person? That's why those people are disappointed. And I know the reason why they are disappointed.
They were scared.
The swimming pool design is supposed to be on the ground, but I thought the design, we changed so many things on site. And we change the structure of the whole thing. Because I realized that if we should go by the design given to this man, it will waste a lot of money. Then we change. I proposed it to him. He said, okay. I said, but you have architect on the job before you brought me in. Discuss it with him. You don't need to rush. Then he agreed. He discussed. He came and said, yes, it is true. He said it's possible. But nobody has ever told him this, and he was telling himself, I don't design it, you should have designed it that way. I said, sometimes it's like that. Then we started. The place is also rocky like this place. We dealt with it. We blast some of the rocks in the process. So you can't say because of the rock, that is why we didn't see the foundation. That is wrong. Blast it. You can blast it. And we did that. The client came to decide one day. He lives there because it's a 2 here. So he came to the area where we are working. He was like, should we hire a machine to do this thing? Because with what he's saying, I said, don't worry, this guy work there. That was going to 3 years now when we started the foundation. And we've done with the roofing everything. We did the wiring last month, so the piping last month, the swimming pool was because we wanted to move out from the decided to step out from the living room to the pool.
Okay, it's one of those.
Because we created this thing underground, then we have to elevate the swimming pool. Now, under the swimming pool, you have the storeroom where you can store so many.
You can even have the pool treatment.
It was like, is it possible? I said, just leave the thing, trust the process we see. When we did the structure work, the board, it brought people to the side without my knowledge. Some of the engineers that he knows, he finished at KUST, and we know how KUST is when it comes to most of his friends. He brought it without telling me. Then when we did all the iron rod structure, he brought it. Then one day we were there, he came and said, I must tell you this. Do you believe that so time I brought people, they were like, no, they need the contact of your builder. He said, when you get to that stage, he said, when they came to the inspection, they are like, oh, you are lucky. He said, that was what his friend told me. He said, I have to give, we are discussing new projects together that belong to the architect's friend of his.
Nice.
Just because of that.
Yeah.
So it is what we have choose to do. I always tell people, you are the one who walk to me who says, this is your profession and you can do it. So how do you expect me to be guiding you? You're supposed to be advising me. You say you are a doctor. If I walk to any health center and I say that I need advice, this is how I feel. After the Wednesday meeting, we tell me, okay, don't eat this, eat this, eat this. You don't expect the client to be telling you to be advising you on what? No, it shouldn't be.
Yeah. I would have stayed at home. I would have built myself if I could do it.
We get it.
You know,
this one, we fill it.
Okay.
If we need to move this a bit, I think this one can go like 4 inches, and we need to meet the electrician.
Yeah.
If the excess of this is on the other side where it's coming from, we can just move all this one. This can be moved.
Okay. Yeah, the electrician said he might be able to get to site on Wednesday.
Yes. That will be fine.
Yeah, if we can.
Then we fill it, we stick by what we've discussed on this.
Yeah.
That
Okay. Yeah, and I think that basically just levels the bottom side out. And I'll just take my time.
And the living room. Last time We didn't agree whether this should stop here.
Yeah, so it was two things, right? It was either an L,
L on this side.
Yeah.
Get it in that form.
over there,
Then this thing the same level. Then we do this
inside.
inside.
I think the L is probably the better idea. It's like you see the one I was thinking about the way we did the one on the top, right? Because if you look, what we ended up doing, because this side and this side are level, but when you came here, it dropped down, and like I'm working on the balustrade, but then on this side it's lower. So if you don't know, you might trip and fall. So I made them elevated so that they align, and to be able to achieve that, we did it's up there. You see that the last time. So I was thinking maybe mirror something like that there, but it won't work because the door is bigger than that one. So maybe the L. Yeah. Okay. So.
And I got an idea for this side.
Okay.
We need to just do this. Because it is now, any water that finds its way here
It will come this way. Yeah, exactly.
So what we're going to do in doing the tiling of this side, we have a gentle slope, but we will secure this side from here to here. We'll
Okay.
block it.
It'll block.
Yes.
But then, so when water comes, where's the water going to go? Oh, to the front.
Yes.
But this place is sealed.
Here will be sealed.
Okay.
The metal will be sealed.
Okay. So over here sealed, but the doorway has a
Because
slope.
we have thickness of this metal, which can also help in getting
The water block from coming in. Okay.
So we seal this side.
Okay.
Because as it is now, it's not even serving the purpose in which it's been
Created for.
Because it's still this way.
The slope, yeah.
So all that we need to do is to redirect to the entrance.
Okay.
So that for this one, we remain like this.
Okay.
Maybe probably in doing
The tiling work.
that is to
Yeah,
close up
a little bit.
Then we can get a brush.
I'll put a brush on the
Because
bottom.
of
Yeah.
At the end of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. I remember also you saying something about in the video that Queen sent me, the kitchen over there.
Yes.
The idea, right? For me, there are two things. One, it's like as much as possible. Once we get to that point, if I can achieve it, is to go off grid, right? So even though I have electricity from ECG, if I can do solar and be, that's what I would want to do. And so the idea was in this kitchen, which will really be the fancy kitchen. Here probably electric, and then on this side you can actually see that they had a little drawing, right? Then we can have the gas stove over here for like the just in case backup. So the pipe can and then we can hide the cylinder back, which solved the problem that you said we don't need over on this side. Yeah.
So the cylinder can even go all the way to that corner.
In the back there.
Yes, in the back, because it's just a matter of getting a long hose,
pipe, yeah.
put it inside the pipe to protect the hose all
All the way to the back in the corner. Yeah.
Anyway.
I had another idea for that back corner, but I'm not gonna do it anymore. It's like, so you realize that the cavity that we have under the stairs, right? So this part we've used it for the toilet, but the place that you walk, it's a void,
I see.
right? So the idea that I had in mind was I could create a doorway, so you go into the cavity and it will be a space for the dogs, but they can be outside. Ideas come and ideas go. Yeah, so sink area here. And then I still haven't really in my mind designed a kitchen yet, but I know for sure I wanted the sink to face this way.
Yeah, that is perfect.
Yeah,
That is perfect.
I wanted the
So
sink
the
to face.
problem with the stove being positioned in this corner, that is the problem.
Yeah.
I think the stove should really position and this.
So next to the sink?
Yes, close to the sink. Because whatever you prepare from the sink, we surely end up vegetable, meat, and all those things. We surely end up in the stove.
Yeah, this
So
is the
we
walk.
can prepare and walk.
Yeah. Well, the other idea that I had, right, if we're going to make this place like the light kitchen, was to have like an island here, so you can do stuff here and put them here. There's something middle.
That is it. That way you can give this place more space because because you know the working session is just here.
Right.
Unlike you are here busy doing things that we need to do in the kitchen, moving across, it will render the whole of this place useless. So it's good to just position them side by side. Then if we need to have a
Refrigeration of the, that's that box right there.
Have it all the way. Our workstation will just start from this side to be in L
L form.
Then the refrigerator and other things. You have your island here. You can set from this portion, turn back to pick your drink or whatever from the
refrigerator.
You make the kitchen function to the full capacity.
Never ending.
Yeah.
Anyway, all good ideas.
Nice place. Honestly, we just have to be careful with the finishing so that it can really give us the value for the money spent there. Because when you go around, you will know that a lot has been bought here. So we shouldn't limit ourselves.
At the end of the day, I wanted the structure to be as strong as possible. Because as much as I care about the finishing, the next generation might not care about that finishing, right? So my idea was to build a structure strong enough, but still make the inside functional and meet my tastes. And then if they come and they decide to change it, you know, that's on them. At least the shell is there, right? And it's a good shell. That is the reason why I didn't, like I took my time with this. Some people will say, I hear people say it all the time, especially on YouTube. Oh, if you're gonna build and it's gonna take you more than 3 years or more than 2 years, don't build. Like, do you have somebody's pocket? You know what I mean? Like, so you're rushing someone to go build. If I have the money, even if I have the money, as long as no one is kicking me out of where I'm at.
Yes, that is it.
Right? I'm not in a hurry to build a 9-month house. Right? Unless someone says, come and sign 3 years new contract for rent. When I'm almost done with my house, then I'll hurry up and go. But this one, no one is forcing me.
Yes.
I can take my time.
It's better